Well, Congresswoman, nice to see you.
Great to see you, Chris.
Why'd you choose this place?
Oh, this is like my home away from home, at least certainly before coronavirus hit. I'm a regular. It's like Cheers for me. Everybody knows my name.
And it's right in the heart of Gilman Village.
Absolutely. I love supporting local businesses.
And I hear the coffee's good.
It is excellent, with a lot of milk.
Mm-hmm. Americano for me. You have a very interesting district. I mean, Issaquah is just one part of it.
That's right. So this happens to be the district, the part of the district where I live. I think of this district as kind of a miniature state of Washington, and frankly, that means a miniature United States.
What'd you learn in your first term?
Oh boy, what didn't I learn? I went into this as a pediatrician, but with a personality prone to studying a lot, and with a real desire to represent everybody in this district. Another part is just how much relationships matter, and that if you want to work in Congress, you got to make friends on both sides of the aisle, and you have to be a person who's willing to listen and adapt and understand.
I think a lot of people are thinking about their health right now with coronavirus. With your medical background, I mean, what do you think about vaccines and how close we are to a potential vaccine for coronavirus?
I live vaccines because a pediatrician gives them all the time. I am very eager to have a good, safe, effective vaccine, not just for the country, but for the world. Like, we are all in this together. I mean, frankly, if we get this wrong, if we have a vaccine that's not effective enough, people will take risks and more people will get sick. That's one danger.
In the primary, you had the lowest number of any incumbent that's running for re-election in Congress here in Washington State at 43%. What do you make of those primary numbers?
Oh, my district is clearly the most purple and the most challenging in the state. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it. And so you will see now, the typical outreach before an election, where it's really like a reintroducing myself to the 8th district.
So, like you 2 years ago, you're running against a first-time candidate in Jesse Jensen. He's described you at times as a Seattle-style progressive who wants to defund the police.
It's funny. I was just in Washington, D.C., talking with some of my colleagues, and I was hearing about some of the ads being run against them, and they're all the same. Everybody's a socialist, everybody wants to defund the police, and everybody is, tied to Nancy Pelosi. I mean, what's he gonna say?
Where do you stand on just kind of reimagining just law enforcement on a national scale?
I've talked with police officers and chiefs in this district talking about the ideas that were in the Justice and Policing bill. And we may have already done a lot of that work here, but there is clearly an issue with overuse of violence and with different systems of justice for people who look like me and you and for people of color, and that has to be addressed.
What would you want to accomplish if reelected to another term?
I think there are a lot of things we have to do all at once. I mean, climate change, of course, is top of the agenda. It ought to be top of the agenda everywhere in this country because we're experiencing wildfires. People are hurting from fires, they're hurting from the cost of medical care, they still can't afford the prescription drugs, so there's work to be done.
Well, the work to be done right now is finishing the cup of coffee, so thank you for sharing a socially distanced drink with me.
Thank you, Chris. Great to see you.